Welcome to the live replay, you guys. Just getting set up over here. Today is February 10th, and we are going to be finishing up this back to school theme and starting her September kind of cozy fall sort of theme. I just thought of something that I need to write in my own planner, so I want to do that now before I forget. Okay. Alrighty. Welcome here, you guys. I am just starting up for today. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the borders to each of these chalkboards. I'm just gonna do a layer of this one and possibly a second layer if we want to make it a little bit darker. I want to turn this just a little bit. Is that better? Yeah, I think so. Welcome here, you guys. I'm just starting up. Thank you for joining. We're finishing up August here, and then we're going to start on September as well tonight. Hey, Carson. To the weekly. Oh, yeah. No, we've still got a whole section to do here. We've got the notes box that's gonna have some doodly bits. Hey Sherry, thanks for the follow, Valentina. All right. I feel like I wanna just do one more layer of this just to darken it up a little bit. Yamil, hey. Oh, thanks, Carson. How's everyone's Thursday going? Thursday, I mean Tuesday. Sorry, we have a mom's group every Tuesday, but where we used to live, our mom's group was every Thursday. And I still have a hard time keeping it straight in my head because like that's one of my few events in the week. So it like kind of sets my week or just kind of helps me figure out where in the week we are because for the most part, the rest of the days we're just at home. So it still sometimes throws me off that this is not Thursday. Yeah, our day was good. We have mom's group in the morning, which it lasts like all morning, which is nice. Keeps the kids busy and just, you know, it feels like it makes the day go quicker when your whole morning is taken up. All right, we've got a handful of people here now. I want to do a little vote here. So for the chalkboard header, we need to write August. I was thinking the first option would be to like write it in with chalk. I don't know. I just feel like this kind of, or with white gel pen. I don't know, some kind of small white gel pen font. Or not necessarily super small, but like thin because it would be written with white gel pen. Something like that's going to be option one. Alternatively though, I have my acrylic paint markers. So I could use a white paint marker to do this same lettering style, but it would be white on the chalkboard. So I'm going to represent that with this like dark gray. So that would be option two. Option three would be I do have colored acrylic markers that write on top of black. So I could try to color match some of the colors from this month and use color on the black chalkboard to write out August in our font. Or we could just do maybe white calligraphy. Oh, that was supposed to be the dark gray. Those are going to be our 4 options. I'm not sure if we have any moderators here yet. If we do, you can go ahead and start a 4-option poll. If not, I'll start it in a sec. Oh, hey, Emily. Yeah, don't worry, I'll move it over. Okay, perfect, Nicole. So this is this poll. And pretty much everything would be inverted because it's going to be written on black. So option 1 here would be white lettering on black in that style. Option 2 would also be white lettering, but it would be the same font that we used kind of over here, but white lettering on black. Option 3 would be colored lettering in that same font on black. And then option 4 would be to just do white calligraphy on the black. So option 1 is this type of font in white gel pen on the black chalkboard. Option 2 is this type of font in white acrylic marker on the black chalkboard. Same type of font, matches this, but in colored acrylic marker. And then option 4 is acrylic marker calligraphy on the chalkboard. Go ahead and cast your votes. Hey, Britt. Thanks, Jennifer. Oh yeah, I guess I would have showed the cover page just briefly. Yeah, it's our back to school theme. Thanks for the follow, June. Option 1. Okay, sounds good. The order of the colors changed. Oh no. Yeah, that's my biggest piece of beef with Crayola Super Tips is that they're not numbered, because it's so nice for just like quickly referencing what colors I'm using. Oh, June. So what we're doing is working on, this is a custom bullet journal for my current client, Kristine. She ordered a 12-month bullet journal for 2027. And so basically every day on the live stream, we've been setting up as much as we can get through in a day. So we started with January, this little snowflake theme. Because it's her journal, she chose the themes, she chose the different pages that she wants included, like a cleaning tracker, a calendar, and then the weekly spreads are a little bit different each month, but they fit all the same things. Yes, that's the same thing I did, Emily. I like swatched them all and numbered them. And then I put Scotch tape over the numbers so that it would never smudge off. March, we did an Easter theme. April, she requested a Rottweiler theme with puddles and muddy paw prints because that's one of her pets. May, we did a library theme. And iced coffee, right? Library and iced coffee was the prompt. June was baseball. And then July was 4th of July. Whoop. Oh, thanks, June. I'm glad you like it. And then August is back to school. And that's where we are right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start writing in August on the chalkboards. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. I brought down some tea and I did not put it into like my thermos sort of mug, so it's going to get cold fast. So I want to remember to sip it here before it gets totally cold. Okay. This is option that won, right? Okay, good. I was just second guessing myself for a second. I feel like this looks back to school-y. I don't know, it just came to mind as I was thinking about what I should do on the chalkboard. Oh, but I wrote it on the wrong side. I want to start with the back of the month so that I can keep flipping through the pages quick without having to wait for the white gel pen to dry. But for this one, I will have to wait for it to dry. So maybe while I'm waiting for that, we can brainstorm what we want to do with this bottom corner. So we need a notes section, but how we do the heading and what sort of doodle we pair with it, what kind of box, whatever, that still needs to be decided. Yes, Emily, back to school theme. Here's the cover. And then we're working on the weekly pages. We've got a little chalkboard up here and we need a notes section. So Yeah, often we do like this kind of highlighted look for notes and then a doodle with it. We could do something like that. The last time we did this layout was April, right? What did we do in April? Oh yeah, in April we made the puddle, which doesn't quite fit with this theme, but we could do like a note paper or something. Yeah, perforated paper. That's what I was thinking too. Please. So yeah, we could make this into a note paper, or we could just do a heading for notes and then a couple of doodles beside. Okay, so lots of people were thinking notebook page. Okay, I think that's dry. I'm gonna start from the back now. Oh, sorry, I didn't see Ariana's question. Ariana, I do have just one calligraphy workbook, it's called, in my Etsy shop. And it has kind of the whole alphabet, lowercase and uppercase, just kind of a basic walkthrough. Yeah, Valentina, I think it depends. In Canada, we always go back in September, but apparently in the States, they do a mix. I remember when we were kids, we didn't do this nearly every summer. I think we only did this 2 or 3 times, but because yeah, in Canada, we always start in September, but in Wisconsin, they start at the end of August. So we would go to Wisconsin Dells, and a bunch of those water parks like Noah's Ark and Mount Olympus and stuff have like crazy deals on like the first week of school, because it's still warm enough to be at a water park, but most kids are in school. So we would just go and like go to a different water park every day. That was one of our favorite family vacations, was going down to Wisconsin and doing the water parks. Thanks for the follow, Ariel. Okay, so I'm almost done here. This is the last one. How are we feeling about doing this as a sheet of note paper? Like perforated note paper. We can make it look kind of like it was ripped out of a notebook. Does that sound good? We wouldn't really have other like doodles on the page then. Our headers would kind of be our doodles. Sounds good. I just got on, Terry, like maybe 15 minutes ago at most. I started really late. We had a bit of a poo explosion with my youngest. That was earlier, but trying to get enough, like, get it through the wash enough times to be sufficiently cleaned after like soaking it and then still dry it before bed. I was waiting till the strategic moment to switch the laundry before starting my live. So sorry for getting on a bit late. Alrighty, let's do the note paper thing. Oh no, Susie. Well, see, and it was such a fluke because I do cloth diapers and they are like so blowout proof, but he was having a nap and he just like completely saturated it. I don't know what his deal is, but sometimes when we leave, so he's 1.5 years, so he's not that little, but sometimes when we leave the house, he'll just like hold everything in, you know, like he won't go to the bathroom, even pee and stuff. So he had been holding it in all morning, I guess. And so I changed him for his nap. And then he just completely saturated it. And I think because it was so soggy, that's how it blew out. Sorry for the vivid imagery, especially those of you who don't have kids. I'm sure those of you who do have kids are like, oh, yep, another Tuesday, huh? But for those of you who don't have kids, I'm sorry. But yeah, it was just brutal. I've never had a blowout that bad in cloth diapers before. And then it's nasty because you got to wash all the different pieces and figure out how much you need a hand wash before you can stick it in the washing machine. That's always the worst part. But we made it through, and now they're in the dryer. We can put that behind us. You know, honestly, Carson, that would have been smart. I have so many cloth diapers. I should have just tossed it, but I paid good money for those. Yeah. I know, and my poor oldest, like, he wants to be so helpful, but we're like, please just go away. There is poo everywhere. We're trying to solve this problem. And he's trying to be such a helpful guy, but it just, you know, the less traffic, the better when you're in that situation. Poor guy. Oh, thanks, Shelby. Yes, I can absolutely show July when I get a chance. Now would be a good chance. So yes, July, we did 4th of July. So we very much leaned into the fireworks for the cover page here. Stacked calligraphy for July, and then basically just filled the page with a bunch of fireworks and stuff. Calendar spread, we got a little banner there, and then here are the weekly spreads with a different little 4th of July doodle down in the notes section each week. Oh no, Angela. Yeah, when we used to, both my kids went through a phase where they would just like be in our bed like every night. And both of them would just like, not all the time, but often enough, would just like headbutt you right in the teeth in the morning, and you just have like a big fat lip. Because they both tend to wake up very angry, and then they kind of chill out as they realize like, oh, it's morning, it's fine. But they both wake up kind of aggressive and just throw themselves around. So I had my fair share of fat lips, but I don't think I've ever had a black eye from one of them. Oh yes, Stephanie, the chalkboard is paper. Black paper. I've got 2 right now, Kenzie, and a 3rd coming in the summer. 2 boys, both toddlers. And that's like, yeah, full time I'm a stay-at-home mom. This is my like nap time, nighttime side hustle, but they're both with me all day long. Oh yes, Shelby, I do regular plan with me videos of my own bullet journal. I used to do them anyways very regularly, of like drawing from scratch. But now that I'm using my pre-made one, I've just been doing the coloring in. But I've got years worth of plan with me videos on my YouTube channel. You just might not recognize me because I had a bit of a hair glow up in the last few years, thanks to pregnancy hormones. Thanks, Kenzie. The curly hair, no glass. Yeah, I would always take my glasses off for the videos because they would like do a weird glare. Yeah. No, I loved my curly hair at certain seasons, but I feel like for most of my life, it was just like managing the frizz. And I was just so sick of it that, I mean, I kind of miss it now that I don't have curly hair anymore, but also it's just a relief. I just don't need to think about my hair, even though it's more boring. Stephanie, I'm hoping to. Yeah, I think timing wise, it works out really well because summer tends to be the slow season in the like kind of planner community anyways, you know, people aren't online as much for like live streams or placing orders or whatever. And most people aren't looking for a new planner in the middle of the summer. So I think that timing wise, it will be a good fit to take a break. And yeah, I'm gonna slow things down as much as I can at that time. Not sure how long. We'll kind of play it by ear. And yes, it is going to be a surprise. Madison, whether it's a boy or girl. I had that ultrasound a little while ago where we could have found out, but we declined. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the like pink line here. What do we think about the heading? Should I use, we could use the same style font as this, or we could, I don't know, we could do something different. I'm not sure. It needs to say notes. That's what we know for sure, but I'm open to ideas. It is kind of tempting during the ultrasound. She's like, would you like to find out? And I was like, no one would ever know if I said yes. Like, my husband wasn't even there, so I was like, I could just find out and then never tell anyone, but I didn't. Same as the chalkboard, but in black. I had that thought too. Oh, thank you, Sherry. No puzzle piece yet. I gotta check in about half an hour, see if there's a puzzle piece. Bubble letters, whiteboard. Same as the chalkboard, but in black. Cursive. I kind of feel like we needed a little bit more of our colors on this page, you know, like the cover page was so bright and colorful. Same with the calendar. And then this one, it's like a lot more limited, you know? What if I like just do color changing, like just lettering, title, font, and switch up our colors with each letter? I think maybe I'll do that just because I feel like we've been really skimping on the colors on this page, which is unlike this theme. Oh, this is a mum, Kenzie. Yeah. All right, we're gonna cycle through our colors. We really are, Carson. And as soon as we're done writing notes on here, I guess we're ready to start September. So September's theme, what was the prompt? Fall, cozy, something like that. I'll go check the exact prompt so that we can start kind of brainstorming. And Kristine, if you're here, do feel free to let us know. Autumn coffee pumpkins. Okay, that's actually not even what I thought. I thought it was fall cozy something. Autumn coffee pumpkins. That's our prompt for the next month. Hey, Brianna. About half an hour. Oh boy. Nebraska Cornhusker. Okay, I'm sorry. I missed that memo. Thank you for reminding me. Nebraska Cornhuskera. I don't even know what that means. So we are definitely going to be doing some Pinterest research after this. Oh, it's a football team? Football event? Okay. Nebraska Cornhusker. Oh, did I read it wrong the first time? Oh no. Nebraska Cornhusker football. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Football. Well, I don't know if I've ever done a football theme before. Okay, perfect. Well, hopefully Pinterest has some helpful information about their colors, mascot, all that kind of stuff, but general football doodles will be cute too. Now, where is Nebraska as far as orientation of the states go? Right in the middle? Okay, that would be why. I feel like the states that I don't know all my states. I had to memorize them at one point, but as a Canadian, I feel like I know the big ones in the news, you know, the ones that are on the coasts and Texas and whatever, but not little old Nebraska. Yeah, I'm liking the color too. Michigan. Okay, I don't know that one. You beat me there. What about Alaska? Wait, you're Canadian, right, Kenzie? Oh yeah, I definitely know where Florida is. Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, California, Washington, New York, you know, those big guys. Texas. Ooh, I don't know Illinois. Nope. Oh, it's a few states above Canada, Texas. Thanks for the follow, Kristine. Tennessee. Okay, I feel like I should know where Tennessee is, but I don't. South, I know that, but... Okay, Pennsylvania, no. Never could I locate Pennsylvania on a map. Virginia, absolutely not. I've visited the States quite a bit, but mostly the northern states, because we're from Canada, but we grew up only, 45 minutes from the border. So I've gone to the northern states, like I've gone to Minnesota, the Dakotas, where else? I've gone to other states than that, but those are the most northern ones that I'm thinking of. What's the one? Oh boy. Oh, I can't even think. The one with all the Badlands. One of the northern states that has the Badlands in it. Montana. That's what I'm thinking of. And then, yeah, we would go down to Wisconsin and stuff, a little bit further south, not tons. Yes, Montana. And I flew to Mexico once, so we stopped in San Diego for a night, and that was lovely. I had never seen a palm tree before in my life, and then we like stepped out of the airport, and it was like we had come from minus 30-degree winter, and it was like palm trees and humid heat. Oh, it was so beautiful. And then I went on a different trip once where we did our like training in Atlanta, Georgia, so I was there for about a week. But that's about it as far as my American travels go. Driving through the northern states and then quick stops in San Diego and Atlanta. Oh, born in San Diego. Nice. I remember thinking it just looked so much like a movie compared to anything I had seen before. Like, I grew up in the middle of the prairies, right? So we don't have a big city anywhere, or like any sort of beachy looking town. Yeah, true. Did go to very diverse places, but yeah, compared to Illinois. I have been to BC, but actually only once. And I was actually on bed rest when I went, so I didn't even get to do anything cool. But Alberta through to Ontario, I've been to all those provinces a lot between like living in them and traveling through them, but I've never gone to any of the territories or the islands or anything. Alrighty, done with August. Well, let me add a quick little bit of white gel pen. Thunder Bay, I actually have been there one time. We don't usually go that deep into Ontario. When we go, we had a cabin like right on the west side of Ontario. But I did go that far into Ontario one time. Now I'm going the wrong way to do these because I was thinking the chalkboard way. I want that to dry so I can start these. This is the Languo P600B white gel pen. Oh yes, the chalkboard was black paper. Yep. Edmonton to Kingston. Okay, yeah, so you like drove through my everywhere where I've lived. Yes, it's very boring. I mean, I like the prairies. I'm used to it. I can appreciate it, but not a whole lot of variety to see. To rodeo, yes, plenty. The Calgary Stampede a few times, and then just lots of smaller rodeos. Alrighty, let me give a flip through here, and then let's figure out what the Nebraska Cornhuskers are up to so that we can do our football theme for her. Oh yeah. Alrighty, so starting off with January of 2027, we have our snowflake theme, cleaning tracker, title page, 2-page calendar, and notes. And then these are the weekly spreads for January. January is still one of my favorites, especially the title page. February, we did a brown tabby cat theme, and it was also her birthday month, so we combined those two things. Different weekly layout, but same requirements. Yes, this is for 2027 M. March, she requested an Easter theme with the focus on the resurrection, crucifixion. So we did this little cross. Love the craft paper details. And a lot of flowers. And then we did do the empty tomb here. April, she wanted a Rottweiler in the spring sort of theme. So we got puddles, muddy paw prints, and her dog. May, we did a library and iced coffee theme. That was the prompt here. Thanks for the likes, you guys. I appreciate that. June, she requested a baseball theme, so that's what we've got over here. I actually love how this one turned out. I wasn't expecting to like this one so much. Oh, and now that we're doing football, we could have totally done the scoreboard theme in the football month too, but we'll have other football ideas, I'm sure. July was 4th of July themed. So we really leaned into the fireworks here for the title page. And then August, the one that we just finished, was back to school. So we've got a backpack pouring out some school supplies. Kenzie, I thought the same thing, but Easter in 2027 is in the last weekend of March, which it's a good thing that Kristine looked ahead before giving me her themes, because if I were choosing an Easter theme, I would just guess, like put it in April, but for 2027, that would actually be wrong. Yeah, so here's our back to school theme for August. And that brings us to September, which is what we are about to start. So I'm gonna have to head over to Pinterest to ask about the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Quick sip of tea there. And then we'll figure out what kinds of doodles we're gonna do for this. So I'm thinking some just like generic football doodles, and then some specific ones like with team colors and stuff like that. Cornhuskers football. Okay. Okay, so red, which ironically is also the color that we went with for the baseball themed month, just because of the red stitching on the ball, and then we didn't have a team color, so we just stuck with red. Okay. So it seems like as far as like specific doodles to the team, it's mostly that red boxy N, hey? That's kind of all I'm seeing, or like this kind of stuff. Okay. Alrighty, then I'm gonna just search football doodles and kind of combine those two categories to make one bullet journal theme. Is that the same one I screenshotted first? I need to back up here. I'm getting lost. Oh. Okay, so mostly soccer. Like the first one was actually what I wanted. Okay. I'm gonna pop back into TikTok for a sec just to check on comments. Go Big Red. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I can never see comments when I'm on Pinterest. So I'm just checking those now. Okay. Alrighty. So now that we got some doodle inspiration, let me just flip through that real quick. Starting here. Okay, so Nebraska Cornhuskers. I just snapped a few quick screenshots related to that team specifically, and then some football, more general doodles as well. Okay, so these are the types of doodles that came up that I have in mind for this theme. Now we're gonna take some of these ideas and see if we can apply them to some title page layouts here on Pinterest. Let's go into my bullet journal board. I went on a bit of a Pinterest spree the other night, so I've got a bunch of new ideas for themes. I feel like this would make such a cute Pinterest theme, or a bullet journal theme. Same with pretzels. I'd love to do that for a theme at some point. Or pasta. Fishing lures. What a cute theme. Okay, let's find some title pages that we could adapt to be football. I mean, I guess we could adapt this very one. Let me see though. I'm going to see if I can find better ideas than that, because I feel like we could do better. For this one, I'm thinking like red helmet with the Nebraska logo on it, and then football to kind of replace those two tea bags, but just like the composition of the page, you know? And then like, I don't know what we would do for the small doodles, just sparkles or something different, I'm not sure. Let me see. What else could be turned into a football theme? I'm sorry, yes, if you're trying to comment while I'm in Pinterest, I won't be able to see your comments until I am back on TikTok on here. This is a tricky one. You know, maybe the problem is that I clicked a February theme, because so many of them are very girly, Valentine's-y that... Okay, let's start from here and see if this leads us to some themes that lend themselves more to football. Let me think. Okay, so this one, but with either a football or a helmet or something, and then husks of corn instead of strawberries. So we could keep the plaid little pattern behind if you guys like that. I like it, but we could always do it without and see what we think. But that's the idea. There's some kind of big football doodle, helmet, football, the logo, that like N, and then husks of corn instead of the strawberries. What else? Okay, just like football doodles kind of moving across the page. That works. Although we kind of just did have spilling across the page, right, in August. But it would still work. Okay, I love Lollipop lettering. Her themes are so cool. She draws in a style that I could not. Like, if you asked me to recreate this theme, I don't even know how I would do that. Her style is so unique. Gorgeous. Football doodles. I want to find at least one more idea, maybe two, before we start setting up the month. Okay, I gotta click something else because this is not, oh no, these are all like identical. Okay, I'm just gonna come back into TikTok and see if you guys have ideas that you're giving that I'm just not seeing. Rylee, come, oh, okay, why were you summoning me back? Could do a football field, like the whole page football field. Okay, football field. Like green. So, when you say football field, can someone describe it in more than just football field? Do you mean like basically color this page in with green and then have the lines of a football field drawn onto it in white and like the goalposts and everything? Is that what we mean? Yeah, rectangle. Okay, sorry, Kristine, did you have an idea kind of locked in that you wanted to do when you suggested football fields, or was that just a suggestion to consider? That's what I would like to know. Oh, it was just an idea. Oh, okay. 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 June was down the side, and then, sorry, what was that for? And then you were thinking a football field paired with that? Cute grass tufts at the 50-yard line. Yes, K teacher. I remember the theme with the strawberry patch, but then what were you thinking for adapting it to football? Like having a football field with it? I don't have a green piece of paper, nope. So we would have to color it all. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's take some of the ideas that I found and then some of the things that I think you guys are describing, and let's vote on title orientation. Let me just refresh what I found here. Okay. So, yeah, let's start with this one. Option 1 would be just like basically 2 football doodles, helmet and ball or something. Helmet with the right logo on it. Helmet and ball, or like little banner with whatever, Kristine, you said they cheer. Sorry, I've got the hiccups now from my tea. Whatever you said they cheer for Nebraska. Something like that. 2 football doodles, position kind of like this, and then the name of the month down there. That's option 1. Option 2 would be to have a bigger like helmet or football or something like that again. And then these would be corn, like corn in a husk for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. That's option 2. Option 3, we found a bunch of cute football doodles, cleats, jerseys, helmets, footballs themselves, different like cheering things, you know, the number 1, whatever. All those cute football doodles kind of moving across the page like this is option 3. And then option 4, which I don't have a picture of, but something to do with a football field. Something where pretty much the whole page would become a football field. And I'm not sure yet if we would, do the little like play drawn onto it. I'm not totally sure where we would write September, but we'd figure it out. But it would just be like, you know, none of these really include a football field. If we want to turn the cover page into a football field, that's option 4. So I'm just going to pop back into TikTok, see if there's a poll ready to go. Okay, not quite. Could we get a poll coming? Just for 1 minute, 4 options. And I'll just start talking through them again. The poll should pop up in the top left corner there at some point, but option 1 is going to be this one here, which basically just 2 football doodles. Could be a helmet, a ball, a banner, whatever, and then the title would go down here. That was option 1. This is option 2. A big helmet or ball again, and then these would be corn with the husks, Nebraska Cornhuskers, like we saw on some of those Pinterest pictures. That's number 2. This is number 3, a bunch of different football doodles like we saw moving across the page. And then option 4 would be to kind of turn the cover page into a football field in some way, shape, or form. Don't have a picture of that. So yeah, these are the kinds of doodles that we're going to be taking and like applying to those cover pages just for reference. So let me show you one more time. 1, 2 key football doodles. 2, a main football doodle and some corn for Nebraska Cornhuskers. 3, a bunch of football doodles scattered. And 4, turn the page into a football field. All right, poll is done. Let's see here. Okay, so option 4 did win, and this is the one where I haven't been able to see a lot of comments in a long time. So if someone would mind, if you guys had an idea for, where to put the heading, that kind of stuff, if someone could consolidate all of that into one comment and then pin it, that would be lovely. You can look at pictures of what the Husker football field looks like. Okay, I'm gonna go find a picture of the Husker football field. But yeah, if you guys had an idea, instead of everyone just spitting out little bits and pieces, because I'm never going to be able to scroll through all those comments and figure out what you guys were actually thinking. If you could maybe just combine it all into one comment and pin it. I'll be right back. I just need to find a picture of the Huskers football field. Let me search on here. What? No, I just want to search. Nebraska Corn Huskers football field. Okay. Okay, I got a picture of it. Save. Okay. So this is what I got for a picture of their field. Oh, puzzle piece. Let me slide that so that we don't get booted from the live. Okay. So that is their football field, according to Google. Let me come back into TikTok here. Okay, so Carson's comment is the one that we're rolling with. I think make snapshot of the end zone. Add September in end zone. Field goal. People in red. Okay, yeah, see, I'm glad you guys can sympathize with me because yes, I want to take your ideas and use them, but it's very hard when there's been like 200 comments that I've missed. and I just want to make sure I'm actually doing what Kristine wants, but I don't even know what she's said in that time. I don't know what other people have said that she's affirmed, and I just can't scroll that far back to try to piece that all together. So, snapshot of the end zone, but instead of Nebraska, it says September, and then some people in the stands. Is that what we're saying? Now that comment is gone, but I think I remember it. Okay. Okay. You know what? We're gonna try it. Yeah. We're gonna try it. I feel like this would probably be a good moment for acrylic brush markers to color in the whole field because it wouldn't be as streaky as just coloring it with green, right? I don't use acrylic markers a whole lot, but I feel like this would be a good use of them. Let's see here. I'm just gonna get my swatching paper out. Okay, so we need for sure a red, a green, a brown. So let's start with, ooh, I don't have like, okay, let me show you my best reds that came in this set. Kenzie, this is a bullet journal. I have empty ones like this on my site. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon and stuff too. But yeah, it would be called a bullet journal or a dot grid journal. Okay, just give these a sec to set. I don't think the color will change a lot, but in case it does, we're not gonna vote on that quite yet. Those are all the reds that came in this set. Okay, a yellow. What type of yellow? I didn't see any yellow in the pictures that I looked at. I'm happy to add one. I just have no reference point for what type I should be looking for. Like mustardy, neon. Sorry, I'm just shaking more of these markers to swatch for the grass. Oh, for the field goal. I see. I was thinking the team colors. Oh, corn yellow. Okay, yeah, that's true. There was corn in one of the pictures. These are the ArtX liquid ink. I think that's all they were called. ArtX liquid ink pack of 60 or something. Okay. And I will swatch some yellows in case we want a yellow. I'll do the field goal in white, but just in case we need a yellow. I'll give these a go. How would they write on wood? That's a good question. I haven't tried them on wood. They're basically just like paint, so I think they would write fine, but you know, just the texture of wood makes it kind of difficult, but they would definitely be like opaque on wood. You know, it would just be a texture thing where you'd have lumps and bumps and whatever. Okay. I am going more of a darker bright green. No, these are my other greens. No, Kenzie, none of my products are on TikTok Shop because we don't have it in Canada. So I don't, I'm not even aware of what products are on TikTok Shop. Okay, so let's start with a red being the team color. Kristine, before we even start a poll, is there one that you're like, yes, that is the right red for Nebraska? This brand is ArtX. I can show you the box lid. I have 3 different sets of acrylic markers by them, and they're all very different. One is much more painty, like you shake it and like squeeze and you can control how much paint comes out. That's not this one. That's the Sim Tap, something like that. I have another set with 90 that I love. I gave it to my toddler. That was probably a mistake, but he loves them too. But and those ones you don't need to shake at all. These ones are kind of a middle ground. You have to shake them. They're pretty juicy, but they're not like super painty. That's a closer up of the reds and all the colors. Number one, that's what I thought. Okay, could we get a 3-option poll running then to choose our green for the football field? So as you're voting, please don't just vote for the green you like best. Vote for the green that you think looks like it should be the football field. So option 1, 2, or 3 to be the football field. Of thin paper, yes. Paper like this, they show on the back. Thick, like journal paper like this, no. If you could cast your votes in the poll right up there, blue and white clipboard, that's where you gotta go. Otherwise, it won't be counted. That's the only way that TikTok will tally up your vote for us. Okay, so I have a question while you guys are voting. So the field, the N is positioned that way, you know? So when you're looking at the field this way, it's right side up. But the way I'm picturing the title page was that we were gonna have the field kind of the other way, you know, like vertical instead of horizontal. So then if I did the N, which I was thinking of having the N showing down here, it would be sideways. It would look more like a Z. Option 1, okay. So we've got option 1 for the green, option 1 for the red. Could you throw another one up for the yellow? Which this one is for corn husks, if needed. Okay, yeah. So I'm just wondering though, should I change that? Like, should I put the N just so that it's right side up from our perspective instead of accurate to the field? You know, like I was picturing kind of starting at the middle of the field right here with the N and then going to the field goals, the end zone where we'll write September. Well, the reason I wanted to include the N is because I thought we were saying put September where the Nebraska would be in the end zone. So that's why I was thinking, sorry, I need to show you the colors. That's why I was thinking I should still include the N so that there's something specific to Nebraska on the page, since we're kind of taking away that spot to write September. But then I think I'll flip the N to make it fit with our picture, right? Instead of having it sideways. Okay, I think we're on the same page. I think we are on the same page, I hope. Option 1 again, okay. Option 1 rules today. Alrighty, well, pray for me because I am definitely still confused on exactly where we're going with this theme, but I'm just gonna try it. Okay, so we want the field, the goal posts. My other thing, oh no, we'll be able to do this. We can do this. Here we go. Field, starting here. Going till here. Then there's the red strip of the field, but there is a small green strip after, which is where the goal post is actually like planted in. So I'm gonna draw that part right here. You know, fall pumpkins, coffee would have definitely given me a lot less stress. Just kidding, Kristine, it's all good. I'm happy to do your football theme. It's just the circumstances have made it a bit more nerve-wracking. Getting second hands. The red will cover. Yes, this is in place of the fall pumpkins coffee theme. I don't remember what October is. I can check that next. Oh no, if even Terry feels stressed, that makes me even more stressed. Terry, you gotta be strong for me. Thank you. Carson, you're gonna give me a heart attack. I don't think they have a smell to them, cat bug. Okay, so, and we'll do a boxy, and don't worry, I'm gonna add the little cubey sort of ends here afterwards. Okay. You think I shouldn't even draw the goalpost? Oh, nice. You got a fellow. Okay, this is dry. So I'm gonna write September. Okay. I want Tim to land up right in the middle. Okay. No posts. Lily said, thanks for the visual. That's great. See, and I'm not a landscape artist. I don't always go for like total accuracy as much as just like, if you were doodling a football field, what would you do? But that's why I'm glad to have your guys' feedback, because I never know what to do in situations like that, because I don't care about doing it exactly as it would actually be in the landscape. But if other people do, then I'll do it. I spaced out the middle a bit too much. I thought I was gonna have to add extra gaps, but now I'm tight. Sorry, guys. Oof, very tight. Alrighty, let's do the little border on here. That's satisfying. And then we'll add the lines to the field. Phoenix, chill, I already mentioned that. You're not allowed to be a perfectionist here. Okay, so I'm gonna make 50, 40, 30. Oh boy, guys, the spacing is hard. So the 25-yard line would be the halfway from there, but I want... Yeah, the white works so well on top of the acrylic. Okay, so we're gonna make this the 50. Going right through the N. And then let me think here. Ruler time. This doesn't happen often. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Oh, that actually works out pretty well. I know I gotta add the 5s in between, but I just want to get these in first. Okay, so then another 4. Okay, so we'll do 50, 40, 10. Flip it around. Oh no, Melissa. Well, don't look too closely because I've been stressed too. Okay, I want to let that white gel pen dry a little bit. Okay, what am I doing with the open space up here? So we decided not really goalposts? Is that what we were thinking? And then my next thing, yeah, bleachers, but now we're going straight top down. So then we just have to do people's heads. You think goalposts? You think okay, see, yeah, I was thinking goalposts, but I know that that's not like landscape wise, that's not accurate if you're looking top down, but that's not my forte anyways, is making things perfectly accurate. I'm a doodler, so I would do them anyways, but I know that that's not technically how it would look. The goal line. Like all the way around the field, you mean? Oh, I didn't make enough space for that. Yes to the goalpost. Thick white lines mark the end zone. I didn't leave enough space for that. Okay, between the red and green. Right. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Okay, so we could do heads in the crowd, or we could do like a goal post and then a big football, like, you know, not matching the size of the page, but like a big football, like flying through it, and have like some flying lines, instead of filling the crowd with dots that are supposed to be heads that I personally feel like would just look like dots, because I don't trust my ability to make them look like heads. Okay. I have 2 people on board. I'm just gonna do it because that I feel more confident in than the whole dots for heads thing. Okay, so we're gonna put a goalpost over here. I know you said they're white, but I'm doing this on a white background, so I know that yellow is an okay color for goalposts. So we're gonna be imaginative here. Oh, I didn't swatch a brown. Oh yeah, that is the downfall of these acrylic markers, is that there's literally one. Oh no, there's 3 browns. I stand corrected. I actually thought that there was only one, but 3 is a pleasant surprise when I was expecting just one. Okay, let me swatch a brown. Wait. Oh, I forgot to shake these. That might make a difference. I'm not used to using acrylic. I don't usually have to shake all my markers. Okay. They do look like Sharpies, hey? I hadn't even really thought of that. I'm kind of feeling like this last brown. Oh, that one's very dark. I know. Oh, Melissa, you should have been here earlier. I don't usually get stressed during lives, and I wouldn't say I'm that stressed. Okay, oh, you guys all think 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, yeah, then we're not even gonna vote. 1 it is. I don't really feel that stressed, but it was like a very overwhelming amount of comments while I was on Pinterest, so I wasn't even here to like see what was going on in the comments, and then I came back and it was like, whoa, we are on 2 different pages here. What are we talking about? And so I think that I got on the right page, but it's been a bit more of a challenging live today. Okay, so we're gonna have a big football flying through. So it already came through, so now it's like behind, you know. And I know the proportions are off, that's fine, it's doodling. And I'll have to let this dry before I can add the white lines to it. Maybe time for bed. Me or you? You're funny. Cover that up. Okay. And then should I add like some gray, just like, you know, kind of whoosh, whoosh, flying behind the football to show where it came from? You think so? I think so too. Whoosh whoosh. Motion line. That's a good word. It looks like my yellow goalposts are still a little bit wet, so I think I should let that dry for a sec. Yes, I can show August right now because I'm kind of waiting for this to dry a little bit anyways. And this, I want to just give it a little bit more because okay, let me make sure. Yeah, we've got a few coats. Nothing is soaking through at all. It is crinkling a little bit, but I think when we close it up and like let it sit overnight, that will be better. Okay, what am I trying to do? Yeah, no, it's been like that all night, so we've been getting a lot of comments. Someone asked for a flip through of something. I know, I noticed that, Jen. We'll cover that. Yes, I am going to do stitching on the ball. I just need to wait for it to dry because it's an acrylic marker. Someone asked for a flip through of some month, so I'm just going to quickly show you all of the titles before, was it August? August, okay. February, March. See, this one is a full custom, so whoever orders gets to choose the pages. Many of my customers do choose to have trackers. This one just has a cleaning tracker, not like habit trackers or anything. But yeah, it just depends on what you order. June, July, and then I'll do a full flip through of August because that's what the month someone actually wanted to see. The prompt was back to school, so we have a backpack dumping out some school supplies, calendar page, and then these are the weekly spreads. We did a little like chalkboard kind of thing up in the corner and then note paper for the notes section. Thanks, Chrissy. Okay. I want to give that another second. I can start doing the this page, the cleaning tracker. That's what it's called. Thanks for the follows, you guys. Jen, Chrissy. Appreciate you guys joining. Back at Erica, thank you so much. No compass. I'm still sorry to whoever was asking for a compass yesterday, but it was a little bit much. Oh, nice. You got some Tombow markers. Fun. Did you buy a whole pack or did you just pick and choose individual colors? Two packs, nice. So yeah, this is the annoying thing about using acrylic markers is having to let everything dry, which is why I'm not going to choose them for most months, but it just seemed like a good fit. I thought that the white gel pen would pop a lot more on them, and I knew we'd be doing a lot of that. So I think it was the right call for this month, but it's definitely not going to be my go-to for every month. I love using them, you know, in my own journal when I just do one page at a time. It's no problem, but when I'm trying to flip so like kind of as quickly as I can from page to page, it definitely adds a lot of wait time. There is a white acrylic, but it's definitely not as opaque as this gel pen. So if I need to do something really like large, then I would do the white acrylic, because it's hard to cover a lot of space with the gel pen, but for doodles that are kind of small to medium, I feel like white gel pen makes more sense. Okay, thanks for the follow, Samantha. The gel pen that I'm using is the Languo P600B. It's my favorite one right now. You can buy a pack of like 6 or something, 5 or 6 on Temu. Oh, I should get a dryer. I don't have one. I don't normally need one because normally I just use water-based, but okay, I'm gonna add some whoosh motion lines coming from the football. So whoosh, whoosh. There we go. Okay. Let's do this page. One, two, three. That's not the right red. Or is it? Let me swatch. Nope. Yes. Thanks for the follow. One, two, three, four. All right. Any thoughts for how we want to write cleaning tracker up here? Okay, we did do a scoreboard. For those of you who weren't here, we did do a scoreboard every week in June, also featuring red. This was our baseball theme, and at the time I didn't actually realize that we were doing a football theme as well. So we did already do the scoreboard thing. Not to say we can't do it again, but... Cleaning in green acrylic marker. Oh yeah. Same font and colors as the end on the field. Oh, thanks, Yamil. Thanks, Carson. I need a simple and easy suggestion every now and then. Animals, football fields. This one has been pushing me. Okay, so I'm just trying to picture how some of these things would fit. Please, before you put an idea in the chat, if you could please just picture how it would actually work and maybe leave more than one word, because I'm not gonna catch it. Like, I'm not gonna do each letter in a helmet, or there's not enough space for a jersey, you know, like some ideas just don't work. And I get too many comments for most of them to be things that don't work. The font from the Huskers graphic you pinned. Yeah, I don't even know if that's an explicitly Huskers font or if that's... Oh, the pendant flag. Hey, that could fit here. That could fit here. Pendant flag. Okay. Let's do the pendant flag thing. No. I can't. And then I'm going to add some sparkles around it. I feel like sparkles would work around it. Hey, I know we haven't done any sparkles in this theme yet, but and then it will say cleaning tracker or cleaning and then tracker under here. What do we think? Yeah, maybe a few by the football. Okay, sounds good. Tracker underneath. Now I added that white gel pen. Now I want to give it a sec to dry, but maybe I'll add a couple sparkles over here. Okay, so let's do tracker down here. And some sparkles, and then I'll write cleaning on there in white gel pen. All right, cleaning tracker. Kept that page simple. Thank you guys. Foam finger, that's a cute idea. That's definitely one that we have saved in the photos that I screenshotted on Pinterest. Okay, thanks for the follow, Casey. Let's figure out what we want to do for our calendar page. So yes, this is how the title page turned out. Nebraska Cornhuskers football. Let me show you the calendar, the two different options that we do. Small white border on the, I could, is that normal? Thanks for the follow, Pamela. Okay, so option number 1 for a calendar, and we could get a poll up right away if there's a moderator available. Just 2 options. Option number 1 is we do the full outline of the calendar and then highlighted dots for the days. And then option number 2, let me show you I think May has a good example of option number 2. Option number 2 is we do a partial outline, just the top, and then a highlighted row for the days. So full outline with highlighted dots versus partial outline with highlighted days. Keep in mind, these are the colors. This is the palette. This is kind of the feel of the theme. So yeah, let me show you some more examples. Here's an example of option number 1 and another example of option 2. And another example of option 1, the full outline with the dots. Another example of option 1, full outline with the dots for the days. Another example of option 1. Another example of option 1, and then for our most recent theme in August, we did another option 2. So yeah, option 1, full outline with dots for the days. Option 2, partial outline, highlighted row for the day. Let me pull up my calendar for September of 2027, and we should have 4 days on the top row. Yes, that checks out. Oh, option 2 by a hair. Okay, sounds good. Okay. I should really put away some of my markers from last month's theme because this desk is crowded. It ended off winning by 1. It may have been a tie when you checked, but the final poll is on my phone and it shows that there's a victory. Did anyone else see a victory? Because that's what it's showing on mine, but I hope that's actually accurate. 4, 5. You did, okay. Yeah, no worries. I know I don't actually see it till the very end, but I know if you see it kind of midway or right close to the end, it sometimes changes at the last second. All right, and then the bottom row of September is gonna have 5 days in it. This is definitely the quickest and easiest way to draw a calendar, if you're wondering. Because you just need to do like 5 lines. Let's see here. Colors, just alternating the green and red. Does that sound good? Oh, thanks, Lisa. You know, I don't mind drawing the harder calendar. That's much easier than many of the doodles that you guys come up with these days. Red and light, okay. Brown, yellow, okay. Green, red, yellow. Oh, you're right. It would look like Christmas. Oh, thank you for catching me. I didn't even flinch. I was like, yeah, green and red. Perfect for September. Oh, what did I just do? What did I just... Awards... Oh. Okay, sorry. Some sort of award ceremony thing popped up beside and made my whole screen go dark. Okay, green, red, yellow, and brown. Green, red, yellow, brown. Okay, I had a couple people in a row say green, red, yellow, brown, so maybe that's what we'll do then. We could also do all green. Actually, now that I think about it, sorry. What if we did all green to be like the field, and then all of our doodles on this page will be more like Cornhuskers related doodles. We're not going to doodle any football field here, so there will be no other green, you know? Everything else will be like helmets and footballs using the red and the brown, but not using any more green. Let's do that. I very rarely do all one color on these calendars, but I feel like in this case it will look nice because we use so much green on the title, and this one just won't have any, except if we use it here. We are working on a custom bullet journal for Kristine. This is her calendar for the month of September that we're just starting here. I know that most of you aren't yelling. Most. Okay, let's let this dry off for a sec. And then I'm gonna write in the dates. And as I'm writing those, if you have ideas for the title, September, or the notes box, feel free to leave them. But please, yes, we've been getting a lot of comments today. It's not super helpful if you leave just one word, because I won't know what you mean. And yeah, it's mostly helpful if you give some context for what you're meaning, like this font style big, or like, you know, I don't know. I know it's hard to give context in just a comment, but it's also very hard for me to interpret your comment if there's no context. And I've been getting so many tonight that it would just spare me a little bit of stress if we just, you know, contextualize the comments so that I don't have too many nonsensical ones to deal with, to dig through before I realize what we should actually do. And if there's an idea that I'm going to be looking down at the paper for most of the time, but if there's an idea that everyone seems to be liking and jumping on, if a moderator wants to go ahead and pin that, that would also help a lot. So yeah, again, this is the theme. We're open to whatever football doodles, though it doesn't need to stick with like the field, but the team that we're doing is the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So they've got the red, they do like husks of corn. We saw some doodles like that, so we could incorporate those as well. We haven't done any of that yet. No, Andrina, this was supposed to be the fall theme, but she changed it to Nebraska Cornhuskers. Okay, let me see here. Foam finger somewhere. Yes, I also like the foam finger idea for somewhere. Sep in varsity block letters. Okay, that's a cool idea. Trying to think if there's any other way that we could orient the page to make that fit even better. Where's my Carson? Oh, there's Carson. Whoever pinned Carson's comments, I'm guessing that was you, Nicole. You knew exactly who I'd be digging through here for. Outline black notes, rounded corners, football covering bottom right corner with sparkles. Okay, I like that, like having a football kind of flying through here. And then what if we did like, because we've got a biggish spot here. We could do like a helmet sitting here, or the foam finger, whatever, foam finger sitting here, and then September kind of spanning the top here, and then notes and like a football kind of flying over in the corner. How does that sound? So yeah, I feel like I love the creative ideas, but also I feel like Melissa and Carson definitely catch. My usual thing is not to turn everything into something, you know, like not every notes box needs to actually be something different. I usually like to make things simple, but just like make them cute. Like that's kind of how I brand myself as a bullet journaler. Like I'm just trying to make things simple enough that you can do them too. but still cute. Okay, I want to draw a helmet. The only annoying thing, is there any other color that the cage of a helmet could be? Oh wait, and she said the helmets are white, not red. Okay, before I dive in with the helmet, or should we do the finger, the foam finger here? Foam finger, okay, which weekly spread are we doing for this month? I want to check that first. Okay, so May and January's weekly spread. So this would actually be a good spot too. This is the type of weekly spread that we'll be doing, just so you know. Yeah, I feel like the helmet would fit perfectly here, and the foam finger, because this spot is a little bit narrower for the height compared to this one being wider for the height. The foam finger would fit just as well on a weekly spread, but I feel like the helmet fits really nicely here. But I want to hear from Kristine, or I guess if someone else knows the Nebraska Cornhuskers well. Helmets, you said they're white. Do they have like a red cage? Or what's the deal with the helmets? I guess I could look that up on Google Images. That kind of thing, Pinterest didn't really give me anything helpful. It just kind of gave me the logo over and over again. White with a red N and a red stripe. So is the cage white as well? Okay, red cage, red N. Maybe I should just look at a picture. White with red N and red. Okay, I guess I should look at a picture. Bah. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, fine. I'll look up a picture so I can see it. Okay, Nebraska Cornhuskers helmet. Nebraska Cornhuskers helmet. Oop. You guys can imagine my Pinterest algorithm just is so confused by me because we search such different things all the time. One day it's Rottweiler doodles, and I don't have a dog. I don't even like dogs. One day it's Nebraska Cornhuskers. My poor Pinterest algorithm has no idea who I am. Okay, yes, so we've got white helmet, red N, red cage. Okay, yeah, and there is a red stripe that goes across the top, but I don't think that would really show up in from the angle that I'm gonna draw the helmet anyways. So I think we're good. I think I'm just gonna go with my original plan. Oh, Melissa, don't take that from me. I don't know if they call it a cage in football. Do they call it a cage in football? I know it can be called a cage, but I just don't know if football calls it that. I don't know football. That's one sport that even my husband doesn't really follow. So you didn't learn that from me. Oh, they call it a face mask? Okay. Whoop. A sedative. Okay, and then this part comes kind of like this. And then we'll add the face mask and the N, and then I'll figure out if I want to outline the helmet in black or not. I do want to outline it in black, most definitely. So I'll outline it in black. There's a hole over here. And then the back of the helmet kind of would come through here. And that part I'm also going to fill in with black, but maybe bigger than this. Well, the small parts I'll fill in with this. Maybe I'll just do the whole thing. It's not that much. Okay, then we got to do the N over here. Okay. Now then, what are we going to do for the September font? Thanks, you guys. This is why people think you can write June out of raccoons. I don't remember getting that request, but that sounds hilarious. June out of raccoons. I feel like block or varsity font for a word as long as September, I don't know if it would be a great fit up there. Because we'd either have to shrink the font down quite a bit to fit it, and then it wouldn't, you know, we wouldn't be able to make it tall and also fit, I don't think. I don't trust myself anyways with that task. Just black calligraphy like tracker and sparkle. Aw, embroidering your book bag. That sounds so cute. Do you do crafts just for fun, or do you have an Etsy shop too? Oh, I could give some options. My brain is just a little bit recovering, you know? Boxy letters for the font, yellow calligraphy or black. Yeah, that's true. I could just do SEP if we want the varsity font. Bold black calligraphy. Okay, we could do that. Let me think here. So I was picturing that September would go across the whole top and then notes would go here. But we could, I suppose, just do SEP and then have notes go up to the top. But yeah, I agree. SEP would definitely fit. So yeah, this is the, where's May? This is the weekly layout that we'll be using for this month. So writing SEP in like varsity style letters would definitely fit very well, I think, in this block. That doesn't mean we can't do it here. I just think we have a natural fit for it here, as some of you guys mentioned. Bold black calligraphy. Okay. Sure, let me go back to Okay, do they have a specific font? And if so, is it this one? Because I screenshotted that one picture, but that's really all that I noticed as far as a font other than Varsity font. I didn't really see anything else. That's it? Okay. Well, I don't have a whole alphabet in that, so I'm not exactly sure how that font would write September, but I can take a crack at it. Because it's kind of like a scribbly, scribbly calligraphy. So I think I can just kind of do that sort of thing. I don't know, does that offend any Nebraskans? I don't have a full alphabet, so I feel like I just kind of have to guess at it. September. Let's just do it. Sep. That'll be good enough. And then for the notes box, black outline or just some highlighted rows? I feel like we had maybe said black outline, but I feel like highlighted rows would look good too. And then for here, what type of font are we gonna do over here? Gray lines, highlights, okay. Yeah, that sounds good to me. And then we just need a heading for notes. Okay, thank you guys for keeping this page a little bit more, well, not that this one actually ended up being that complex, I just had to wrap my head around all the comments. It actually was fine. It was totally fine. Stamps? We haven't used stamps in this theme, but they could fit. I'm not gonna do clipboard just because we just did that in the back to school month. We had a clipboard here for the notes. Gray lines, red capital letter. Oh yeah, we could bring in some more red. You know what, you're right, Melissa, because that is their key color. And we haven't done a lot of it on this page. So let's just do... clipboard and scoreboard. You're funny. Yeah, and we've actually done clipboard and scoreboard already in here, so they were very, very highly recommended or requested in those months as well. They just kept coming up. So it's definitely a theme that people want to see. All right, it just was so satisfying adding the little white outline on the end that I'm going to do it again over here. Alrighty. Whew. I'll add a couple sparkles. That's what we haven't done yet. All right, let me do a little flip through here while that dries. January, we did this snowflake theme for her. Yes, we've got lots of good doodle ideas, I think, for the weekly spreads. February, we've got a brown tabby theme for her birthday month. That's one of her pets. March, we did an Easter theme. April, the prompt was Rottweiler puddles and muddy paw prints. So that's what we've got here. May, the prompt was library and iced coffee. June, the prompt was baseball. For July, we did a 4th of July theme. Lots of fireworks on the first page, and then other 4th of July doodles scattered throughout the weekly spreads. August, we did a back to school theme, so we got a backpack dumping out some school supplies. And then today, well, we finished these weekly spreads today, and then we also started September, which is a Nebraska Cornhuskers theme. So we've got our football field and then our cleaning tracker. And then this is the calendar page that we just finished. And I think at this point, I'm gonna have to call it a night because I should be heading to bed pretty soon. Yes, Stephanie, my journals have, the blank journals have 192 pages in them. The like pre-made journals have 224. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if we know her favorite player. You want to learn how to doodle? Oh, the balloon dog. Oh yeah, the balloon dog was very cute. And that was a pretty easy doodle. We could definitely do a tutorial for that one sometime. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for understanding. I've been feeling a little bit snappy sometimes when the comments just go insane. So thank you guys for understanding and also for giving me all your ideas. It is very helpful. It's just a lot at a time sometimes. But yeah. I hope you guys have a good night. I do plan to be back on live tomorrow. I'm expecting afternoon. We will finish off September, possibly start October. We'll see how far we get. If you like to catch the replays, all of my live replays are uploaded to YouTube. I also have tons of other bullet journaling content there, like flip throughs of over 100 bullet journals that I've done for people. So if you just like getting ideas for this kind of stuff, feel free to search Rylee Autumn there on YouTube or on Instagram as well. And I hope to see you guys again soon. So have a great rest of your evening. Well, you should probably go to sleep, but I will see you guys